Okay, I think we're live. I'm gonna try to. Let me see if I could actually do this. Okay. Let's see. What are you guys gonna see here? Probably should have done this ahead of schedule, but you know, I am not an intelligent person. Okay, so if I start like this. Okay. All right. I think that's good enough. Someone is trying to call me, but I got a spam call. Whatevs. Okay. All right. So what we're going to be doing here is weathering this 77 Ford van by AMT. So I'm going to start off with, I don't even know, is this a good view or should I move it up a little bit more? Yeah, probably. Do I have anything to put under there? I have a sponge. Let me see if that works. Oh, good God. It works. I don't know how I trust this, but okay. Go. Let me just put that there. GGEZ. So I'm using craft paints for this. Just some of these. I'm going to start with raw umber, which is a really, really good color. Nice and dark. And we're going to go heavy with this. Somewhat. We're just going to drag it down the side, and then I'm just gonna wipe it. All right, that was a little bit too heavy for my taste, but whatever, we could work with it. It could just look like a big rust spot there. I'm just gonna fan it out up top, get it all darker up here. I'm just trying to make the van look dirty. And then I'm just gonna streak it. Just trying to get under there where the dirt's gonna collect, and then just go down with it. There we go. That's starting to work. This is a much darker color. I will move to much lighter colors, but this is kind of like a good base to start using rust on, especially for a darker color vehicle like this. And I'm just gonna clean the brush off up top, remove a lot of excess paint this way, and it'll dirty up the roof a fair bit, which is what I want. Let me go ahead and just do a little bit more. A little bit too heavy there. But I will streak it down the handle. There we go. Is there a chat, by the way? Pull that up and let me see. Okay, yeah, there is. Okay, I'm gonna do some on the fender here. There goes the hood. I gotta glue that down. The hood does not like to stay on this this thing. There we go. Hey, what's up, Road Warrior John? Working on a Ford van. I don't know why I've had it in me to do a van recently, and hello from FA. Nice to meet someone that watches me on there. That's cool. Do maybe a little bit of dark spots around the fenders. I didn't do it on the other side, but I'm gonna maybe weather up the bottom a little bit. I'm using craft paints for this, by the way. Okay, that's a good kind of thing to start with. That's just to get the thing dirty. And let's just clean off the brush up top. This is the suspension I got from or not the suspension, but the wheels and tires. I got them from a Ford Bronco, so it is now technically a 4x4 van. Okay, and it's acrylic, so it's easy to clean off a brush. I just dunk it in some water and clean it off very, very easily. Next, we're going to be moving to this color right here, some burnt sienna. This is a much lighter brown. Very, very good color. And again, I'm just doing this with craft paints. This isn't like MIG or anything kind of too crazy. And I'm just gonna streak it down the same. Maybe dirty up the top a little bit more. Just using some acrylic. It's a little bit too heavy. Yeah, we're basically just dry brushing and streaking with acrylic paint, and it works. You don't need the really expensive stuff like MIG to do weathering and stuff. Granted, I did used to buy a lot of MIG stuff for like tanks and stuff like that, but a lot of the times it just didn't really work with what I was doing. Just gonna dirty this up. A little bit too little there. I'll do a little bit around the edges of the mesh here, maybe where it got welded. It's starting to rust because they welded it right to the frame of the window. Yeah, this is the AMT Coke van, and I don't mean Coke as in cocaine, I mean Coca-Cola. And 77 Ford van, it's a horrible kit because there's so many things that are like, use part number 8 to go over here, and it's like, okay, that's phenomenal, but none of the parts are numbered. So you're gonna have to do a guessing game. I had a lot of flash on this model, which was not fun. I had to do a lot of cleanup on it. Do a little bit rust down there, but a little bit too heavy. Let me get some of that off. Yeah, I really like this color. Goes on pretty well. It's very similar to the Tester's rust color, which is really cool. Go ahead and clean the brush off up here. I'm just trying to dirty the roof of the van. I did do a lot of work inside the van. I added, like, the fuel tank is over here now. It's mounted inside the van so that you don't have to get out to refuel it. There's a toolbox in there. There's like a little thing of ammo in there. There's a whole, like, I did a lot to the interior of this thing, shield, but I figured that this thing sits so high that it'd be hard to get up there. I don't know. Just kind of made sense to me that it didn't really need front window mesh, only side and back window. The back window is it's really funny looking. I'll show that in a second, actually. Just bounce right to the thing there, and I lost all my viewers. Okay, fantastic. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Is my audio okay? All right, now we're gonna use some this stuff, which is red oxide. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Can you please type in chat if you hear me all right, please? Because I don't know how my audio is. Stream's a bit jittery though. Shit. Okay. I'll have to rewatch it later. So this paint is pretty thick, so I'm gonna go very, very light with it. Yeah, it's a lot thicker of an orange. It's not as red oxide, but it's more like an orangey color. Just gonna streak it down. Clean it up here. And I'm not trying to do this like I'm trying to make it look as random as possible. And just cleaning off the brush on the vehicle. We're just dry brushing it on the vehicle. God damn it, I can't think straight when I'm doing this. I probably sound like I'm not making any sense. Trying to do commentary and paint at the same time is kind of difficult. But it is what it is. I probably should have told my friend that I was going live too. Yes, I have. I do actually have pieces of sponge right here. And I think I'm going to do that later. I might do some sponge chipping, like down here-ish. But I'm just trying to do streaks right now, just to kind of dirty up the top. And then I'll go through by like the wheels and everything later with a sponge and try to chip it up and everything. Okay. I don't know if this side's entirely done yet. And this is fun because it's craft paint, so it dries super quick. I think I'm gonna get over here with that lighter orange, that iron oxide. Just gonna wipe that off. And what's cool about that, you wipe it and it still kind of leaves like a little bit on there, so it does look like it's still kind of rusty, just not as heavy. All right, that's this side. Now we'll go to the ridiculous rear end of this thing, which I've already started painting. You got that gigantic exhaust that actually does connect to the actual exhaust on the kit. I have no idea if this would actually work. You can't even see the top of it. It sits that high. Holy shit. Oh my god. So for the rack back here, I'm going to put a tire, and I got these little... I got these little planks I think I'm going to shove under there. This I think I'm going to get with a wash. So I don't know if I'm going to fully weather this up. I might still weather this, actually, this little strip here that's holding it. Put this plate here because you probably can't see anything with that there. So makes sense. You got some mesh here. And let's go ahead and do the same technique. Just trying to position this the best. Did not mean to drop that. Here's the hood, by the way, which I did weather with the sponge. I tested it out on the hood first before I wanted to move to do anything else on the vehicle. I don't know. I mean, besides this kit being a nightmare, I had a lot of fun with it. I really liked what I did with tires. If I could show that real quick. The tires, look like that. And what I did was I took this paint, this craft paint right here, it's raw sienna it's called, and it's like an orangey brown kind of color. I could show you. This looks like that. And I would paint the entire tire with it, and then I would take basically my glove and I would just grab it and rub it all off with my fingers. So I would clean off the actual tire, but leave it I would leave it like the treads would be cleaned, but inside the treads are dirty, like how a normal tire would be. The exhaust, I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I might just do a wash over this or something. I might rust up the top here and then make it kind of drip down. It looks a little bit too clean for me right now. I'll go ahead and just show. Look at the top. I'm definitely going to rust that little area right there. Just trying to put my phone back to where it was. There we go. All right, let's do the same technique for 4. Oh shit, I forgot to put the cap on the other one. Yeah, I don't know why. I've had the urge to do it and get the Jimmy Flintstone conversion to make it into a full van, and then do like mid-engined Hemi van thing. But I don't know that I've never done that kit before. I've never really done Lindbergh kits that much, so I don't know. I kind of just scrapped the idea for now. I might try to do one in the future, mid-engined Hemi van, which sounds awesome. But I don't know. I'm just gonna get the top of the exhaust real quick. By the way, this silver paint that I used on the exhaust and I used on this diamond plate here, I also used on the chrome. True, yeah, I could dry brush some silver onto it. I still might. I'm just gonna dirty it up right now with this paint, because I think I'm gonna go over it with a wash and try to get into all those little cracks with it. Sorry about that. Just had to get that. Okay. I'm gonna fill it up over here because I imagine this part gets dirty. It's just kind of like this blank space here, this flat surface that I imagine gathers a lot of rust and grime and stuff from sitting. Okay. I don't know. Also, I've been trying to get back into doing models because for like my last video where I did the thank you for 1,000 subscribers and everything, I only did that Cadillac, and then I did the Hexagear, and then for 2 weeks straight I just kind of sat inside and I didn't really know what model I wanted to do, and I kind of just didn't feel motivated to do another model for some reason. So this was good. I'm glad that I built this van to kind of get me back into the flow of things. So I don't want to fall out of the hobby. I love doing this. I just need to get inspiration. It's kind of hard for me to get inspiration. I'm sitting home, 24/7 now because COVID and everything. I freaking, you know, got laid off. So I'm just sitting at home nowadays, and I'm just trying to come up with ideas for models to just keep me occupied because they're the only thing keeping me sane during this, pandemic. So I don't know. I mean, I browse model roundup and stuff like that like crazy, just looking for things, and I go, "Oh, that's cool," but then like I'll go to like check out and just be like, "Nah, I don't feel like doing it." So I don't know. I'm glad I went to the hobby store to pick this up, and I'm glad I'm just gradually getting inspiration again because I need it. I need to keep myself going. Do you guys hear my fan? Should I turn that off? By the way, I think it's probably interfering with the audio at least a little bit. Okay. And this paint is pretty thin. Just going to go ahead and just streak it. This panel here is going to be pretty tricky to do. I don't know if I could do it on camera. I am going to hit this a little bit heavier here. I want this piece to look rusted. It dripped down onto the bumper. I don't know, it's fun to do post-apocalyptic models for me. Because I don't know, like I'm part of a post-apocalyptic group on Facebook and stuff like that, but like a lot of the times, like a lot of vehicles aren't really done that much. It's a lot of like figures. I mean, that's cool and everything, but like some of the cars I didn't really like nowadays. Just trying to get this little panel here. Hang on a minute. It's kind of pissing me off here. I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna get the AMT Supernatural Impala, and I'm thinking of making it look like the it's a fly. Get the hell out of here! Making it look like the what's it called? The Pontiac from the beginning of Terminator. I think Terminator 2. That human resistance car that had big machine gun mounted on it. And I love that thing. It doesn't get much screen time, but it's such a cool car, and it's in Terminator Resistance. Like you could see it in the base that you go to a human resistance base in that game, and they have that Pontiac just sitting out front, and it's like, oh shit. It's clearly the same car. It's got that roll cage on the top of it. It's got the lights. The whole front end it's shaped 1-to-1 with that car. It's pretty damn cool. Maybe, I don't know. I've seen Gasland stuff. They're too small for me. I do watch this one person on YouTube that does do Gasland stuff because he covers people's builds for like contest entries and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. Let's do that brighter orange. I'm gonna go heavy over here on the door handle and just streak it down. And do the hinges a little bit over here. Maybe it got welded up with the door. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this week. If you guys don't know, if you guys are into games like me, because I also play video games on top of building models, we got Super Mario 3D All Stars, which is a cool collection coming out on Friday, and we have a Crash Bandicoot 4 demo coming out on the 16th, which that's going to be crazy. I'm going to have so much freaking content to play this week. Like, holy shit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to contain myself. And, of course, clean off the brush up top. Get rid of a lot of excess paint this way. And dirty up the vehicle. It's a win-win. Also, I want to talk about this. I'm curious what you guys think on this. When I was in a hobby store, I don't want to say the name, I don't want to dox it, but one of the people there was like, they were surprised to see me there because I was the youngest person there. And they started like talking about how video games are bad and stuff like that. And they're just like, yeah, who needs them when you have models and stuff like that? But I'm like, I probably wouldn't be doing these if it wasn't for video games and stuff like that, Like, I don't feel like you should hate on another hobby because you think that model building is superior. I mean, there's strengths and weaknesses to both, I don't know. I'll save that for another video. I don't know. Just a weird discussion. I'm not sure if I should do anything to the front end of this thing yet. Kind of like it as is, but I don't know if I should add like an additional bumper. I definitely need to weather it up a little bit more. That's the front grille. I believe Oxide Fox actually built one of these, and he did something really cool with it. He like cut out the side door and put like a toolbox in there. He made it like a motorcycle repair vehicle, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna weather up the top, like this whole area now. We got the rear somewhat done. It's not fully finished yet. I'll show you the hood because it's not very good. I didn't even bother. I was gonna paint the engine separately, but I didn't even bother because it didn't look good after I assembled it. I was just like, I'll just throw it together. If this kit was maybe better, I might have done it. Also, this is the exact same kit that's molded in silver that I've seen before. That was the one I was looking for, that's molded in a silver color. Literally the exact same. This one is molded in white. Not sure why. I also got these. Wait, let me show these off first. Put them in a little bag, but we got this little caution thing. These little, let me take them out. They got these little shovels. Let me show these. I got these recently. Little shovels, tools, and a whole bunch of little stuff. I might actually do that. I might get a truck, one of those work trucks with the service bed on the back for Mobius, and build it up and use those and put them in the back. So that might be a future build. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Would you want to see that? Would you want to see me do like a work vehicle or something? Start with black or red oxide. Yeah, I did do salt on a bunch of other vehicles. Actually, I did. Let me actually show this one because the one sitting right next to me has the salt technique on it. Here's the salt technique that I did to this one. The 74 Roadrunner. Yeah, I did salt on this one. I painted the whole thing brown, put the salt on it, painted it blue, put the decals on, flat coated it, and then I started removing all the salt. It's got truck tires in the back because I imagine this thing is just built for thrashing. It's like General Mayhem or something. And I really wanted to glue the hood down on this one because if I could show it, did I? No, I didn't. Look how bad the gap is between the fenders. Yeah. I was going to do full detail and everything under here, but that's awful. So that ain't happening. Vallejo rust washes. I do have some Vallejo washes actually that I might actually use on this thing. I used them on that I'm gonna actually go get those. Yeah, the Vallejo wash that I have is this Rain Marks, which for some reason, I don't know why, turned like a green color. They were originally like a white color. No idea what the hell happened to these, but they turned green, and I used them on the Roadrunner, and they dried in a greenish color. But another two of the washes that I use, mainly for my vehicles, I use this, which is a really good black wash. And I use this, which I think I'm going to use on top of this thing. Agrax Earthshade, which is great. It dries in this brownish kind of color. Oh yeah. Yeah, Citadel makes some really good stuff. I got into them because there was like a Warhammer themed store that opened up. It's gone now. Like they closed down a while back, a couple of years ago. But they had a bunch of stuff there, and I was like, okay, let me find out what they're about. And I saw that it was model stuff, and I was like, okay, let me try one of these walls. And I think the first one I bought was this one, and I loved it. And someone there recommended this to me, and I loved it ever since. I think it's probably one of the best washes to use when you're trying to make something look dirty. I think I'm going to do some streaks up here to make it look like, oh, you can't even see. Make it look like dirt get kicked up, maybe something. I don't know if I should use this for that. Probably not. I haven't used this yet. I also got this. Whoa. Also got this paint, which is a nice orange. It's known as Orange Spice, probably trying to be like pumpkin spice or some shit. But it is a nice orangey color, which I think I know what I'm going to use this for. I want to make a work truck, and I want it to be orange, and I think I'm going to dry brush this over like the hood and on the roof and everything to get it all like faded looking. Because I've heard you can do that. If you take a color that's similar to the body color, but in acrylic, and it dries in flat, and if you just dry brush it along the top, apparently that makes it look all faded and everything. I want to try that. And I think that work truck might be the best way to do that. Let me put the hood back on. Should I weather the mirrors, or should I keep them looking new, like they clean them off? Probably. Where is? Oh, there it is. Also, I glued in the glass with some Citadel. This, which I've never used before. Weather those back mirrors for sure. Okay. Rattle can shenanigans. I've never. Do you watch? Have you watched my channel a lot? I don't think I've ever seen a comment from you. I'll do a little bit of that on the back. Watched your stuff for a while. Yeah, okay. Just wondering. Oh, shipers. But yeah, you know what? Screw it. They're molded in so badly that you can't even. A little bit heavy there. Go a little bit heavier down here. Just to dirty this up. I don't know. I mean, I've been having fun with these craft paints. I think that they're really interesting to use. What can I show off that I haven't shown before here? I'm trying to figure out what. Did I show off the charger? I think I did. Yeah, probably. That pink charger I did a while back. Yeah, I could show this off because I'm never going to show him on camera. I've shown him before on another stream. 1/24th scale figure that does not like to stay together because his arm just likes to go whoosh for some reason. Or does it? Wait a minute. Did his arm fix itself? What the hell's happening? This thing normally... Oh, okay, there it goes. It was waiting for its cue. God damn it. I got a bunch of weapons, by the way, from those Hexagear kits. I got this one, this one, I got the Mac 10, MP5K, and where did the pistol go? And let's just see, there it is. You got this, which looks like an Auto 9. Literally looks like the Auto 9. Toolbox here. This came with the Bandit wheel. Which way does this open? Oh, other way. Got a hammer. Bolt cutters. Bioshock looking wrench. That thing came with so many accessories, it's ridiculous. Wait, why did I call it that? I need to get me some of those figures. Look like they'd be fun to animate. Yeah, probably. If you can get them to assemble better than I can. Kotobukiya makes really, really cool stuff. And the hobby store that I go to, they started getting Gundam kits there. So maybe in the future they'll start getting Kotobukiya stuff. So who the hell knows? I'm just glad that they're still open with this whole pandemic going on. I even told like the owner that I'm just like, look, dude, I'm super glad you guys are still going with everything that's happening in the world. Let's do the burnt sienna. I think I'm going to streak it down the side just a little bit. Also, I was kind of inspired by a numerous amount of post-apocalyptic vans. I think the main one I got inspiration from was the van from Walking Dead: A New Frontier, out of all things. Which is owned by a character I think named Chip. I think he had a blue van, or maybe it was green. God damn it, I don't remember. Has anyone ever played the Walking Dead games, Telltale ones? I've only watched them like on YouTube and stuff like that because I have no desire to actually sit there and play them because I like games where I'm actually playing and those games are more, I mean, it's fine, like it's for what they are. They do more dialogue heavy. Um it's fine for what it is, but it's just not my type of game. I'd rather buy a game, and I mean, I guess you don't have to buy them because they're free now, but I'd rather get a game where I'm actually just sitting there and just playing it rather than just listening to characters talk and picking dialogue options all the time. The only game I really like doing that is in the Fallout games, where I have to pick dialogue and stuff like that. It's kind of my view on those games. I never liked the play style. Yeah, that's the thing about them, not big on their gameplay style. There was another game, The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, which wasn't that good. That's where you play as Daryl. Good God, man. I cannot get through that game. I did it. Like I actually beat it and I look back and I'm like, how the hell did I beat that game? It's ugh. When the zombies grab you in that game, it's for one frustrating, and two, it's disgusting. Like you just have this corpse just gargling in your face, and it's freaking disgusting. I can't do it. I'm like I played games like Doom Eternal and stuff like that with a bunch of gore and everything. But for some reason, that game, I'm just like, no, I don't like that. It really just, I find it so gross. I don't like the whole grabbing mechanic. It's so freaking annoying and freaking gross. Ugh. If you've played the game, you know what I'm talking about. I'll just dry brush a little bit heavier up on the fender here. Also, this thing's not sit level at all. I think that's kind of obvious. It wobbles. Because of course it would. Any good model kit's got a wobble. You know that. And I dropped the freaking cap again. You bastard. Also, did you guys see that there was a Fast and Furious game that got released recently? Oh my God, Fast and Furious. What the hell is it called? It's a new Fast and Furious game, and it's bad, really really bad. If the van's wobbling, don't come knocking. Oh, they doing something strange in there. Yeah, I tried to do wiring, by the way, and it doesn't really look all that great. Try to make it look like these are big industrial wires that are hooked up to these lights, which are very puny. Maybe they shine really good. Maybe they LEDs. Who knows? All right, let's put the hood back on. I think I might glue it down. But yeah, that PVA glue that I used, I used this to put the windshield in, which is new for me. $8.25. I probably overpaid for this, but that was at that store as well. It kind of leaked. It came out way quicker than I thought it would, and it got all over the glass. So I tried to wipe it off, and it kind of left like a little bit of a residue on there, and it looks like it's dirty. I actually kind of like it. It doesn't look like the glass is pristine. I don't know if you could see that. Kind of looks like the glass is all dirty there. Kind of cool. And yeah, this thing just, I don't know if you could see that. It only has one seat. There's a toolbox in there. There's the fuel tank. There's jerry cans there. So this thing can be driven for a while. I don't even know what world this thing's going to be a part of. Wait, actually, I have these figures. I never showed them off on camera. I should show them because I got them in a trade. There's a spider web on one. I have these guys. I'm not sure exactly what to do with them. There's this, 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 this. I'll start with this guy first. I have no idea what these are from. I got them in a model trade. They threw them in the box with whatever car I got. Is that even in scale? He looks kind of big. His guts are hanging out. Guts. Huge guts. If you know the reference. Anyway. There's this zombie dog that has a spider web in his mouth. Get that out of there. See if that shows up well on camera. Is that zombie lady? Which I guess, I don't know, I guess if she's a kid, maybe that would be in scale. I don't know, still kind of short. I'll put that 1/24 scale figure next there. Yeah, tiny. Dude, the Fast and Furious game that came out recently is $90. And then we got this zombie guy. Yeah, that game is $90. Like, Jesus, the game isn't even 3 hours long, and it's a $90 game. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I recently got this as well with the van. The figure, I literally just bought it for the figure. It's the Fast and Furious Charger. I think I'm going to Kobe this. I'm going to just launch it across my workshop because this thing is a pile of crap. It looks horrible. Let's take a little detour real quick while we're on this live stream. Let's talk about how bad this charger looks. Okay, first of all, what's going on with this door situation right here? Like, why is the door so tiny? Number two, the interior. Why does this thing have stock interior? There has never been a Fast and Furious Charger ever with stock interior. Like, ever. In the entire series. From the first movie onwards, it's always been a stripped out interior. That's not right on this kit. This die cast. Number two, just the styling of this thing. Like, what planet did this come from? This doesn't even look like a charger. It looks awful. It literally looks like they designed this thing over the phone. Hey man, we gotta make a... Yeah, it does. Like they drew it from memory. Yeah, I'm trying to work on this mold for a 70 Charger. Do you know what that looks like? Like I haven't really seen one in person before. I don't feel like Googling it. Yeah, they're just kind of boxy. You know, like the top kind of looks like a rectangle. Not rectangle. It's just kind of like a big box. And, you know, it's got scoops on the doors. You know, yeah, just Google like one picture of one. Yeah, you'll figure it out. Don't worry. That's literally how this thing was designed. Let me bring in another. Well, actually, let me bring in this charger. She's a little bit dusty. She's been sitting on a shelf down here, but there we go. Bring in this charger. Put it next to this charger. Why is she so dusty? Jeez. You need to be cleaned. I built this one on stream a while back. How far the front wheels are. Yeah, they really are. I'll literally, let me put them side by side. Sheesh. It's so fat. Stop rolling forward. Look at that. That looks awful. Barely even looks like a Charger. I mean, maybe this would have worked like years ago when Jada was still making kind of Fast and Furious designed cars when they didn't have the license for them. But now that they have the license, like, you gotta fix this, Jada. Like, jeez. There's 5 foot before the front wheels. Yeah, really. The wheels are really nice, though. I will give them that. The wheels and tires. They look great. And it's not like Jada can't improve on their Charger. They did it with the Ice Charger. We compare the Ice Charger. This thing looks phenomenal. I love this thing. This is probably one of my favorite diecasts in my collection. It looks great. Everything has been fixed. The doors don't look as goofy. It's not perfect, but it's good. Like, it looks like a good Charger. This one's pretty dusty too. But yeah, this one actually looks like the Charger from the movie. It's not bad. I love this thing. I love the fender flares. One of my favorites from my collection to this day. So Jada can improve on their Charger, but they don't. Because they recently came out with another one. Though, to give Jada some credit, this is probably one of my favorites. I love my Roadrunner by Jada. It's kind of hard to find a 70 Roadrunner in 124th scale now. And this thing is pretty damn close. Like, it's really good in scale. It's not too big. It's not too small. They did a really good job on this one. For some reason, the monogram Roadrunner is really hard to come by now. I remember that being in every single hobby store. Yeah, this is my favorite by them. What I did differently, if this is looking kind of weird, it's because I have 2 of them. Let me go ahead and just show you. So when I got this one, it had blacked out front bumpers and rear bumpers, and I wasn't a fan of that, so I took this one, which had chrome parts. Yeah, I think it just looks better. So yeah, I have 2 Roadrunners by Jada. This is a gold colored one, and we have this one, which I think arguably is one of their best diecasts. I love this thing to this day. It's so cool. Which I should definitely bring inside and clean up, because this thing, another model that's really dusty, and I need to clean it up. Okay. All right, I've been live for 50 minutes, or almost an hour now. I think I'm going to end it here and just continue working on this thing. Thanks, everyone, for coming and hanging out with me. This was kind of fun to do. And you'll see this thing finished on another video. Yeah, that's it so far. Let me know what you think. I'm going to get it all finished up. I just have little amounts of things to do, like doing like washes and stuff like that. And I don't want to do that on stream. I'll do that later. If anyone wants to say anything. Looking great so far. Thank you. What even time is it? Oh shit, it's 3:43. It's getting late. Alrighty. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, have a good one.